Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be setting up our health spreads for the next week in September. Got some sticker sheets ready to go as well as some washi tape and these sticker books which I pulled from. And this week we will be doing the Plannable Challenge, a black and white theme, and I've been doing that Plannable September over on Instagram. If you're interested, just tag your spreads with the hashtag Plannable September 2020 so you can join in. Okay, so I've already started jumping in. I got my wax paper down here and I am laying in some stickers. Just trying to get those farmhouse feels on this spread. So I pulled quite a few black, kind of farmhousey feeling things that I thought would work for my health spread, and also boxes for my workouts and what have you. Now I will tell you guys this right from the get-go. This is a long, very long video for a health spread, only because I had to figure out how to do this idea that I had, which was to have like a shiplap background. Now, if you're getting excited for this, stay tuned because, yeah, I'm going to show you how I did it. It was really just an idea I had in my mind when I thought black and white, and I started looking through my books and I was like, what can I do that I really like that's not just florals? And I've been doing a lot of DIY crafts lately, so I thought, okay, maybe I could do something, related to that. I've been doing a lot of farmhouse, modern farmhouse stuff. And when I was looking at the farmhouse book, I saw that chicken, pig, and cow. And I thought, okay, I have a great idea for those. Because I am pretty much vegetarian, even to the point of being completely plant-based at times, I really don't eat meat anymore, so it didn't seem fitting to have those as food sources. But I thought if I just kind of had them as farmhouse feels, that it would still work out and feel like more like decor and less like food. So that's kind of how I'm playing it, and I saw some really cute signage, farmhouse based, with them stacked in that DIY section of my life and crafting and all that good stuff. So when I saw those stickers, I thought that would be a really cute way to showcase those animals. So I started trying to lay things out on the spread, but then realized that I kind of really need to see where the shiplap boards are going to be. So I had to take a break from the wax paper and start drawing things in. I'm just going to pencil them in at first to get a feel for where things will go, and then I'll go in and use a darker pen, solidify where they're going to be, and also use my whiteout opaque pen that I use, the jelly roll pen that I use all the time, and white out the lines that aren't working for me. So I'm going to go in, and I figured out kind of a balance here that I liked. I'm going to white out the main line that wasn't really fitting in with the even boards that I was working with, using one of those lines as the edge of a board. That way I didn't have to white out two lines. So that was what I was thinking about as I was going. And then also, kind of a tip that I learned again in my DIY life is that it looks better if you don't have the boards 100% on the top and 100% on the bottom. It's much better if you can do like a little bit of an overlap at the edges, so it's not a complete board. Looks a little bit better, a little bit more organic. So then what I'm doing is I'm going in and just trying to figure out like certain lines that I thought looked right for lengths of boards. So I'm using about 3 box widths as a length of a board, and then whiting out the lines that wouldn't have worked in that. So I'm starting with that, and then I'm just going to do this side to see how that all plays out using this pen that I have from an old Happy Planner box set. And it's a little bit dry, So even though I used it here to pull the boards together, I'm going to go back through and do it again with my Arteza Twin marker. Somebody tell me how to say this marker. I keep trying to say twill or twim, but I think it's supposed to be twin marker, but the way that it's actually written, it's not right. Anyway, that pen set, I really do like those pens. It has a nice fine line, but really bold. So I went back over those lines with that pen just to make the board stand out a little bit more against the background. So I think I like the left side pretty well, and so I'm going to go and figure out how it's going to play out over here on the right hand side of the spread. And I'm just kind of trying to make it look a little bit organic, not like it's a certain pattern that I'm trying to match, just here and there and here and there. And again, about 3 boards length or 3 squares across length for each board, trying to show a continuance. I'm going to go back to that other marker, which I lost for a second. It was right in front of me. You guys, whenever I try to do something new, it's like chaos in my world, like trying to just focus and get it done without having issues. So as you can see, I whited out one of the lines that I really didn't need to, because that's kind of like the border, and yeah. And then I also like colored in a line that wasn't quite right and threw things off a little bit, but overall I still think it looks great. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and bold up those lines with that pen, like I said. So once this is in, I am going to clean it up, put in some pencil texture to the board so that it doesn't just look like white bricks. I really wanted it to look kind of like it was white wood, so I'm just going to use my pencil to give it some shading and give it some feeling of grain, you know, into the wood without being too specific. But I was trying not to overlap boards so that the lines wouldn't cross across, so just on each one doing the lines and then using my finger to soften it a little bit so it kind of has a little bit of a gray out and also not too pencil-y, has a little bit more lighter organic feel. As I did this, what I noticed is that the pencil actually highlighted the white lines that I whited out previously a bit more and kind of brought them forward. What I'll probably do is go back and re-white those out and see if I can make that work a little bit better. One thing to note as I start laying things out, I'm gonna do this whole spread and it's gonna look okay, but I'm gonna do something off camera and then at the end I'll show you what the final result is. So I'm not going to show you how I fix what I end up doing, because I kind of like let it sit for a couple days and then just realized I didn't like it. So I'm going to come back and kind of fix it, and then I'll show you the final of that at the very end. So there's going to be a lot of build-up, but there's some good ideas in here that I think that you could utilize on other spreads, just maybe not this one. So the first idea that is kind of a unique idea is using old sticker sheets that you already used the box stickers from and cutting them out like frames for box stickers. So that's what I'm doing here. If you can see that I kind of cut out the square around where the box sticker was so that I could have all black boxes, because I've used up my whole stash. And then I'm trying to add in a new workout routine where I'm doing like a video on top of my normal outdoor workout, whether it's running or biking or whatever I'm doing. So I have an extra box there, and so what I thought I would do is that I would kind of stack them and put my actual workout, like my normal outdoor workouts, in the top box, and then whatever the name of the video that I'm supposed to be doing is on the bottom box. And that's because I'm following like the 21-day fix type program. But again, it's like, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to track it or what, but I do need to know what I'm supposed to be doing on each day. That's the goal. So that's what I'm working with, okay? That's what I'm going for. And the idea is sound. But when I start laying it down and all of the black lines on top of the shiplap, it just starts to feel not like shiplap anymore. And I ended up thinking that it was going to be better because I had it on the wax paper. The opaqueness of the wax paper was kind of hiding the fact that it was going to be right on top of the shiplap. Kind of gives it more of a background feel, but when I actually lay it down on the page, you'll see it just doesn't work out. And then also here, these boxes are obviously bigger than the normal size boxes because they are the outside of the box that would normally fit perfectly on each day. So on this side where there's no rest day to kind of fudge, there's a lot of overlap and it doesn't work real well with these frames. So I try to make it work over here. As you can see, I'm just adjusting and moving and just trying to make it look good. But yeah, it's just me trying to force it to look good when it really ends up not looking great. And then I have these little cute, like a really light burlap pattern on those stickers there that I have highlighted around in the spread. This is another feeling of texture, but it's such a light gray, I figured it would work well with this black and white theme, but just give it something, a little pop of something. So I'm using those and just kind of planning on putting in workout on those stickers. That's something else that doesn't go to plan, which you'll see near the end. But we'll talk about that when we get there. It's a long video, you guys. Long video. And then this washi tape here, I just picked up in a washi tape set that I got at Hobby Lobby on, I don't know, super sale, clearance. It was like $5 for a tube of 15 washi, so super great deal. And really pretty washi's. I just used one or two of them on my daily spread for this week. Florals and stuff, so really great tube to get washi, and it was, like I said, $5. So got that washi, just trying to figure out how I want to work it in, but I felt like it was a really good fit with these vibes of the farmhouse feels, kind of a brushstroke X. I just thought it worked. Okay, so we're going to start laying things in on the page. So I'm going to start with my stat stickers, which I'm using the one that kind of has a typewriter font. I thought that was a good match with some of the writing on the black labels, like on the sidebar and such. So I put that in, and then I'm just going to use these basic black stickers for my food log. Again, black and white, just keeping that theme going pretty strong. I have a few like food stickers, like little fork and spoon stickers. Those came out of that Agenda 52 sticker book there on the top. And I only had 5 of them in white and 2 were in gold. What I ended up doing was just kind of tracing over the 2 in gold with my white pen. That helped tone off the gold quite a bit. I mean, it's a little bit rough, you'll see on the close-up, but I think it gets the job done. You don't notice the gold. It's just kind of like a messy white. Those Saturday and Sunday are the 2 that I covered up, which you can kind of see even from here that they look a little bit rougher. But a good hack when you have something that's like a gold sticker and you want to use it but need to cover it, the white opaque pen works really good, or any kind of paint pen or Sharpie that you can paint over it and have it dry is a good tip there. I also grabbed the habit trackers from my journaling sticker book this week. I think it was the only thing I got from there just because I needed something that was very neutral, black and white, and I didn't have anywhere else that had anything like that, so grabbed those from there. And now I'm laying in the washi tape, and I just decided to do it along the bottom. I was thinking maybe I would do it along the top too, or in between the numbers, but I think just along the bottom is going to be the least busy. Again, I was trying to do too much, I think. That shiplap background really, it has a lot of detail to it, and trying to layer too much detail just starts to look busy. It doesn't give your design the ability to kind of breathe and let you enjoy the little moments of detail when you just start piling and piling things on top of it. So just another tip for when you're trying to build a theme and you're just looking at it and something doesn't feel right, take away something, and that usually will help fix the problem. So I'm laying in these boxes here, and I mean, the idea in theory is great, but without that opaque kind of layer of the wax paper, I start to notice like it's like lines on top of lines, and then white and black, and then white again, and then kind of like the shiplap gray, and then there's like the overlapping borders. And I kind of feel like at this point I was too tired to stop and just relook at it and be like, okay, we're done here, and you know, do it differently. So I'm going to lay it out, and you're going to see, and I know you guys are going to have the same opinion when I'm done, that it needs something to be taken away. So that's what we're going to do after I do this full on setup. Like I said, it's going to be from like a day later, but I just have a lot of little elements that I wanted to add, and I didn't have any better ideas to work with at that time. When you've been working on a spread and trying to make it work, sometimes you have to step away and come back to it. So that's what I ended up doing. I've laid in my right side, and I've added those little words organic and healthy, and then part of an arrow that I got from the Farmhouse sticker book. I just wanted to add in some elements that kind of gave you those farm feels, organic farming feels, maybe farmers market feels. And I grabbed that farmers market word, and I think I had one more, homegrown. Those all came from the food sticker book. I just thought that was a great addition. They're all black, and then they had a certain type of writing that I thought was a really nice technique to match what I was hoping to do when I wrote in the word workout on top of those kind of burlappy labels, which you'll see near the end. I also added in small little circle stickers for the type of workout I plan to do on each day, and those came from the Agenda 52 book too. I got that like last year on clearance, so I might not be able to find a link for you guys if you're looking for the same one, but that's where it came from. Okay, I think we're pretty much done. Just gonna try to find a place for this little homegrown, and then we'll be all set. Gonna move that heart up. I just didn't like it labeled on top of there. And I'm laying in my washi now. Trying not to waste this. I'm gonna use that one on the left side, and then I'm going to put this one in on the right side, trim it, and I'm going to use that little extra nubbin to cover up the shortage there on that side of the page. So I'm just going to turn this guy around because I think it'll be a better fit going this way. I'm just going to layer that on top. Okay, so that looks good. And here's where I try to write the letters like it is, but the brush tip on this pen is not the one I had planned to use. and it's too thick, so it just makes a big mess. So unfortunately, I didn't like how workout was written on any of them, and I kept going because I was ready to be done. So here, I just thought I was done. And there it is. Like I said, I went away from it, looked at it again, and decided to take away the boxes, as you can see, and clean up the spread. I think this came out so much better. Taking away sometimes is the best thing you can do. Really liked this idea of the shiplap and the farmhouse feels, so I hope you guys like it too. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for going on this journey with me. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye!